Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? This is WB5DRI.
WB5DRI.
Good morning, Brian. Can you copy WA6LJS?
It's been clear, Brian. I've had to ask a couple of leads, but it's been clear for quite a while.
Okay, Lee. Well, thank you for that. N5BE, WB5DRI. Good morning. This is WB5DRI. We will be starting up the Air Force's Flyers Club net on this frequency in about 10 minutes at the top of the hour. WB5DRI, copy WA6LJS, Brian. K2SJP Mobile to copy WA6LJS.
K2SJP and 5B, beautiful signal, Bob. Got you down, let's see, you're number 3. Understood, short timer.
WB5DRI, copy WA60JS. This is WB5DRI. We will be starting up the Air Force's Flyers Club net on this frequency in about 4 minutes. 4 minutes. WB5DRI at the top of the hour. Okay, sir. Thank you very much for your courtesy. Yeah, we have a net here, the Air Force's Flyers Club net. It starts up in about 3 minutes. Thank you very much. 73s. I'm sorry, what were you asking? Yeah, my call sign is Whiskey Bravo 5 Delta Romeo India. My name is Brian, and I'm down here in San Antonio, Texas. And what was your call sign again? Roger, Roger. You're about 5'7" with me here in San Antonio, Brian. Nice to meet you. 73. Good luck with your photo station there. Yes. Well, good morning and welcome to the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. This is WB5DRI. We'll be net control this morning for the Flyers Club Net. We meet on this frequency, 14.290, every day of the year, normally starting up at 10 o'clock Central Time, 1500 Z this time of the year. The Flyers Club consists of military aviation members, both active and retired, and veterans of all the military services, to include pilots, air crew, ground crew, air traffic controllers, missile crews, support crews, and anyone involved with military aviation from all of the air branches of all of our military services. We also very much like to welcome visitors to the net, and you don't need to be involved with military or aviation in order to check in. Our purpose is to promote fellowship between those radio amateurs who devote a portion of their lives to support our air forces. This is a control net. We like to use the words contact, relay, check-in, or info to contact net control. We also have a very good website at Air Forces, plural, Flyers, plural, club.org. That's Air Forces, Flyers, club.org, which has a lot of good information about our net and an online application if you would like to join the group. Again, that's not necessary in order to check in. Again, my call sign is
WB5DRI. Does Brian have the net this morning? Over.
India. My name is Brian, and I'm located down here in San Antonio, in the Alamo City in south central Texas. Our format for this net is we take check-ins and we go down the list allowing each station to give you a report, and then we go back for a second 73 round if there's time. Usually on Saturdays we have a little more time and lots of check-ins. Break. At this time, I do have the following stations off of NetLogger this morning. I have a couple of mobile stations, KB0LTT, that's Larry. He's mobile out there in his 18-wheeler. Good morning to you, Larry. And I have also have Bob, who's mobile, K2SJP, and I'm not sure if he's just in his car or if he's aeronautical mobile. I think he might just be in his car this morning. But good morning to you, Bob, down near Tampa. He lives in Lutz, Florida. Next up on the list, I have our NetLogger in 5BG. Good morning again, Lee. Lee's up in Arlington, Texas, and he's taking care of NetLogger for us this morning and does quite often. We really appreciate that. Next up, I have Carl, KF7GJO. That's our ops officer out in Parks, Nevada. Good morning to you, Carl. Then I have John, another one of our net controllers, our Tuesday net controller, WA6LJS in Hamul, California. Good morning to you, John. Then I have my older brother, Dale, W5OG, who's our Thursday morning controller. Good morning to you, Dale, and love to you, and Carol, and hope you guys are having a good morning up there in East Texas. Then I have WB5DRI, that's Ray out in New Jersey. Good morning to you, Ray. Then I have John, W7AJN, who's out in Arizona. Good morning, John. Then I have KF0OPE, that's Mike, up in Nebraska. Good morning to you, Mike. Next up would be, looks like W5ABI, that's Joe out in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Good morning to you, Joe. Then I have K8YO, that's John, down in Florida. And he's near Tallahassee, I believe. So good morning to you, John. Then I have looks like a visitor, KC2LXD, and that looks like that's Rodney in South Carolina. So good morning to you, Rodney, and welcome to our net, and we'll get you in there here just shortly. I hope you can stick around with us here. Let's see. Then I have King Queen 6 Echo. That's Mike out in Anthem, Arizona. So good morning to you, Mike. Then I have a couple of stations that are just receive only this morning. We have our live stream guy, Charlie, K4YDB, and he's running a live stream on YouTube. If you type in his call sign on YouTube, his live stream will come up, and you can watch the net on the live stream. And we also have the questions of the day posted there. So good morning, Charlie. Thanks for all you do there with the live stream. Then we have N9KJN, that's Norm, up in Illinois. He's also receive only this morning. So good morning to you also, Norm. Good to have you riding along with us there. Let's go ahead and let me put out a call. Do we have any additional on-the-air check-ins before we start up the net here this morning? This is WB5DRI. Please call now. I don't hear anybody. John, WA6LGS, could you put out a call for us, please, sir?
Yeah, we'll call, but I'm not even copying you, Brian, only lightly on the SDR. This is WA6LJS relaying for net control. We're looking for check-ins.
John, are you there? WA6LJS, WB5DRI?
Yeah, you're not hearing me, Brian.
Well, I'm not hearing him. Dale, could you put out a call this morning? W5OG, WB5DRI?
Yeah, Brian, I barely hear John. I barely hear you on the Utah SDR. I don't know what's going on. Conditions are very poor. Let me put out a call here. This is W5OG relaying for net control. We're taking check-ins for the Air Force's Flyers Club net this Saturday morning. If anybody can hear me, call now and I'll relay you in. Yeah, I don't hear anybody here, Brian. Back to net.
Okay, Dale, thank you very much for that. Let's see if we can get a call out from the East Coast there. Let's try, let's see, Bob, K2SGP, could you put out a call, please, sir?
He may not be hearing you, Brian. K2SGP, are you hearing me, Bob, W5OG relay? I don't hear him, Brian.
Okay, thank you, Dale. Let's try another station on the East Coast, toward the East Coast there. Let's try, how about John, K8YO? Could you put out a call for us from Florida there, please?
See if Charlie is hearing us there, Brian. Maybe Charlie, K4YDB, can put out a call.
K4YDB, could you put out a call, Charlie? You said you were receive only, but could you put out a call, WB5DRI?
Oh, I didn't know he was receive only.
Check in, Kilo Golf 5, Papa Tango Echo. I'm barely hearing anybody.
Brian, WB5DRI, is your amplifier on, Brian?
Yeah, it's on.
Relay.
I think I'm putting some power out. I'm not sure what's happening here. Is nobody hearing me this morning?
You're very light, only about an S4 on the Utah SDR. Very unusual.
W5OG, KG5PPE trying to check in. W5ABI.
I'm not hearing.
Yeah, we've got him on the list here, Joe. Thank you. KG5PPE. Good morning to you, James. Brian, I don't know what to suggest. Just go ahead with the net, I guess, and we'll see who we can bring in.
Okay, Dale. Well, thank you for that. We'll go ahead and get started here. Let me go ahead and give the question real quick. Let's see. Conditions are not that great. I'm not hearing you all that well, Dale, except on the SDRs, and also Lee is on the SDRs, but he's lighter than normal this morning too. It may just be the conditions. I'm not sure. But my questions this morning, you can see them on the YouTube live stream. This is kind of a softball question, I guess. What new operational fixed-wing aircraft designed for close air support and armed reconnaissance is the Air Force Special Operations Command, AFSOC, scheduled to begin receiving in the next few days, actually, this week or next week, I believe. And the possible answers are Alpha, the Boeing F-47 aircraft, the new generation air dominance aircraft, Bravo, the A-10 Thunderbolt II, Charlie, the U-28A Draco turboprop, or Delta, the OA-1K Skyraider II. Again, Alpha, the Boeing F-47, Bravo, the A-10 Thunderbolt II, Charlie, the U-28A Draco turboprop, or Delta, the OA-1K Skyraider II. And the bonus question is, what aircraft developers collaborated on this aircraft? And the possible answers are Alpha, the Boeing and Lockheed Martin, Bravo, Fairchild and Northrop Grumman, Charlie, the Pilatus Aircraft Limited Company and Pratt & Whitney Corporation, Delta, L3 Harris, and Air Tractor. So the possible answers for what aircraft developers collaborated on the aircraft in the first question there: Alpha, Boeing and Lockheed Martin, Bravo, Fairchild and Northrop Grumman, Charlie, Pilatus, and Pratt & Whitney, and Delta, L3 Harris, and Air Tractor. And the answers are matched pairs. For example, Alpha, Alpha, Bravo, Bravo, and so forth. So let's go ahead and get started. First up would be, I believe, Larry, since Don's not in there this morning. KD0LTT Mobile. Good morning, Larry. You're up, sir. WB5DRI. Okay, Larry, very good. Good to hear you this morning, KB0LTT, WB5DRI. Well, drive safe there, Larry. Good to hear you from Kentucky. And we got your answers there as Alpha Alpha. So have a great day, and thanks for checking in with us. Break with you. Let's go to our other mobile station, K2FJP, Bob. Bob, I hope you're where you can copy me now. You're up, sir. WB5DRI. Good morning again.
K2SJP, you're up, Bob. W5OG relay. K2SJP, are you there, Bob? He must be tied up, Brian. I don't hear him. W5OG.
Okay, Dale, thank you for that. I think, he's busy or something there. We'll try to come back to him later. Let's go to our net logger this morning. I know he'll have some comments about these questions. N5BE. Good morning, Lee. Thanks for all you do with the net logger. You're up, sir. WB5DRI.
WB5DRI N5BE. Boy, what an awful morning. I knew it was going to be bad. 40 was terrible this morning. It was running real long. And it sounds like 20's getting worse instead of better. So, well, I guess we'll try to make a go of it. Boy, there's been a lot in aviation news, hasn't there? Wow. So I tip of the hat for picking up this question because it was in the news. And I was wondering yesterday, why did they name it the F-47? And then I figured it out. Oh, I thought that was nicely done since the previous administration had essentially kicked the can down the road into the gutter. So well done there. So I'm just gonna make this short, Brian. I love this question. Current events. Oh, and wait a minute, before I forget, there is an excellent interview on 10% True on YouTube. 10% True on light attack and what the Navy did with a couple of OV-10s and used it against ISIS in Iraq. So if you're interested in light attack or doing things the old-fashioned way, look that up on 10% True. Brand new interview came out yesterday. I'm going Delta Delta, Brian. I love it when they named it the Sky Raider. So good stuff. WB5DRI N5BE.
Okay, Lee, N5BE, WB5DRI. Well, thanks for all that, Lee, and good to hear you this morning. Yeah, I'll have to check out that video you're talking about there if I can find it. Sounds interesting, and a lot of aviation news this week for sure, and tip of the hat to number 47 in the White House. He got an airplane named after him, kind of cool. Anyway, good to hear you, Lee. We'll break with you. We got your answer there, Delta Delta. Let's go to Carl out in Sparks, Nevada. I hope he's hearing me this morning. I hope somebody's hearing me. KF7 GJO. Carl, you're up, sir. Good morning. WB5DRI.
Well, good morning, Brian and the group. If you can hear me, I pretty much have to use my imagination to hear it. Interesting story about the F-47. The XYL submarine out to the shop yesterday, and he says that President Boeing just got approved this new airplane, the F-47. And he says, where do you think they came up with that number? And he said it. Airplane, and C-47, the Douglas most popular back in the 40s onward. Yesterday, I thought, interesting looking airplane. However, I'm going to go with Bravo Bravo. You're taking me by surprise. We'll see. Anyways, good net. I'll be trying to listen.
Okay, Carl, I heard you turn at KF7 GJO WB5DRI. Terrible conditions this morning, Carl. I'm sorry, but I did hear you in there on my radio, but I didn't get your answer there. Maybe somebody can give that to me. Let's see if Lee has it up there. Looks like it's Bravo, Bravo. We got you down for Bravo, Bravo. So very good. Let's go ahead and keep it moving here. Let's see if John can hear me this morning. WA6LJS. Are you hearing me? WB5DRI. Good morning.
John, WA6LJS, you're up for the, if you're hearing me, John, the W5OG relay.
Yeah, the W5OG. You're the only one that I am hearing, Dale. Very, very poor conditions. Don't hear Brian at all. Just barely, I think I'm getting him on one of the SCRs, but there must have been some kind of solar event. Anyway, are you copying me?
Yeah, you're between a 7 and a 9, John. No problem here. Go ahead. W5OG.
Yeah, you're coming up. You're about a 7 here right now. And boy, I tell you, something's really gone haywire with the band this morning. Let's see, it's 48 degrees here. We've got clear blue skies, plenty of sun. They will be up into the 70s before long. And the pressure's not going to go with Delta, Delta. Double B, Delta, Delta. But I can't hear Brian at all this morning. W5OG, WA6LJS. Okay, I heard you turn it there, John. But you're way.
Did you get that, Brian?
Way down in the noise with me. But you, in fact, on the SCRs, just barely. But good to hear you this morning, John, and hope you're doing well there. And hello, we got your answers there as Delta Delta. We'll break with you, and let's go to Dale there, W5OG, who I'm also hearing on the SCRs, but almost just barely. W5OG. Thanks for all your help this morning, Dale. You're up, sir. WB5DRI.
Okay, Brian. Yeah, WB5DRI. Good morning to all. This is W5OG. Very poor conditions. It's alarming. You're about an S3 to 4 now on the Utah SCR. I've never seen you with that weak a signal out there to Utah. And it seems like it's worse to the west. Although, John, you were coming in, and maybe it's improving. John, I don't know, WA6LJS. Pretty good signal. I also heard Carl pretty well. So, maybe things are improving. Put me down Delta Delta also, and good question, Brian. And I agree with Lee. Glad that they called us the Sky Raider too. I think that's neat. And Mike Cav0OPE will like this question, I'm sure. And I wanted to mention I will not be able to do Bob's Net on Monday. Kellen has a doctor's appointment in the morning on Monday. So we'll probably need somebody to stand by for Bob. I have not heard from him. I did text him to see how he's doing and if he would need a net control for Monday. He has not replied, so I'll be thinking about it. I don't know who would be available. I think Lee is probably doing Jack's net on Sunday. So we'll have to see if we can get a standby for Monday, just in case Bob is still on his back and unable to do the net. Anyway, Brian, back to you. We'll muddle through this somehow or another. I don't know. Very, very bad conditions for sure. WB5DRI, back to net, W5OG.
Okay, Dale, W5OG, WB5DRI. All I got your answers there is Delta, Dale. So let's keep it moving here. Let me see if I can get Cliff in there. I know he's mobile this morning. W5TIX. Cliff, where are you this morning? I hope you're hearing something. Conditions are not very good. You're up, sir. WB5DRI.
Well, Brian, I'm at home, so I'm not mobile, and I got the thing pointed towards you right now. And, no, I'm on the ground plane. So I hope you hear me over there, and I don't know what the question is. Sorry that I'm late. Busy putting water in a 40-gallon aquarium there, over.
Did you turn it, Cliff? I thought I heard you turn it. But, boy, I'm just barely hearing you. Did you hear the
Brian, I did not hear his
question?
answer. He stated right at the end, and there's a relay out there as well, N5D.
Okay, Lee, thank you for that. I didn't, what was, do you have an answer there, Lee?
I hear you, Brian. I guess you don't hear me, Carolyn.
Comment.
Well, I didn't get Cliff's answer, so we'll just pass on that, I guess. And let's see if we can get the relay in there. Relay, I hope you're still with us. This is WB5DRI, net control. Please call now.
Yeah, I hear KB7LAK Dustin in there on the SDR, Brian.
Okay, good deal. Let me see if we can bring him in. Can you see if you can bring him in, Dale? Are you hearing him better than I am? I didn't hear him at all. KB7LAK, WB5DRI.
Yeah, KB7LAK. Are you hearing me, Justin? W5OG. Yeah, we got your answer as Delta. Anything else this morning, Justin? Yeah, mighty fine. And you have a great Saturday also. 7-3 to you, Justin. Yeah, thanks for being there. Conditions are very poor. Yeah, he said Delta. Back to you, Brian, W5OG Relay.
Okay, I did hear him on the SDR. Thank you, Dale. And Justin, good to hear you this morning. We got your answers there as Delta. 73s, and have a good day out in Utah. Break with you. Let's try Ray out in New Jersey. WB2JJO. WB5DRI. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Brian. W5DRI from WB2JJO. Well, I can hit myself on the Utah SDR, so hopefully you can hit me there. My answer for the question is going to be Delta. My answer for the question is going to be Delta. So I know we have pretty good conditions, so I'm not going to delay it. So good to hear you in there, Brian. And it's a tough day as far as how radio goes, but we get through it. So at least I can hear myself on the Utah. So back over to you, sir. WB5DRI, WB5DRI.
Okay, well, WB5DRI, WB5DRI. Well, I hope you're hearing me a little bit, but I'm hearing you well on the SDR, so good to have you with us this morning, Ray. We got your answers as Delta Delta. Hope you have a good day here in New Jersey.
WB5DRI, I hope you're hearing me. I'm not hearing myself on the SDR, so I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, we're in the middle of a solar storm. The KC reading is 9, which is pretty high. So we've got a solar storm going on. I'm going to answer Delta Delta. Delta Delta is my answer. And it's going to go up to 84 degrees today here in Peoria. So it's going to be a warm one. That's to turn the air conditioner on. Anyway, I'll make this a 100% air conditioning. So, Brian, I hope you're hearing me. My answers are Delta Delta.
He said Delta Delta. Brian turned it back. W5OG relay.
Okay, I thought he had, Dale. Thank you. Okay, John, we're good to hear you this morning, and we got your answers there as Delta Delta. So let's keep it moving here. Let's go to a station that I know probably has a lot of hours in this aircraft. KF0OPE. Mike, good morning to you up in Nebraska. WB5DRI.
Well, good morning, Brian, and all the visitors and flyers on the net this morning. Turn that SDR off. Well, we had some wind while I was out of town and messed up my hex beam, so I'm on the wire. So I hope you're hearing me. Really tough conditions today. I can hear Brian. I can hear you on the Georgia SDR. I'm here in Dale locally. Anyway, yeah, good question. Love it. I'm going to say Delta Delta. I do have a couple thousand hours in air tractors. I don't have any in this model, but it supposedly is one of the easier ones to fly. But they're a great, solid, rugged airplane, and I was happy to see the Air Force do this. I always thought it would make a great gun platform, and many an unsuspecting vehicle fell prey to my imaginary cannons when I was bored and out doing spray work. Anyway, back to WB5DRI in the net, KF0OPE. Good morning, Brian.
Okay, Mike. We're good to hear you this morning. We got your answer there as Delta Delta. So very good. And hope all is well up for you there in Nebraska. I hope it's not too cold up there to go. Anyway, break this KF0OPE. Let's go to out of Mexico to Joe. WB5DRI. And I'm this morning, Joe.
Yeah, WB5DRI on the flyers, W5ABI. Horrible conditions. You're about S3 on my SCR. I'm barely copying you. I'm copying Dale about S9. I copied OPE about S5. I'm copying Lee N5BE. This is the worst I've ever seen it. So anyhow, I'll keep it short. It's currently 52, going up to 81. And my answer to the question is Delta Delta. Okay, put me down for Delta Delta, and I might need a relay, and I'll be here to the bottom if we have one. WB5DRI, W5ABI.
Okay, Joe. Well, good to hear you this morning. We got you down for Delta Delta. Let's keep it moving here. Next up, we see John out in Florida there. Hope you're hearing me, John. You're up for it. WB5DRI. Okay, John. K8YO, WB5DRI. Well, I'm hearing you pretty well on the radio this morning, John, but you're about the only one. But got you down from Delta Delta, so very good. Let's keep it moving. Let's see if we can bring in Rodney in South Carolina. Hung in there with us. Kilo Charlie 3, X-Ray Delta. Rodney, you're up for our net. What do you have for our net this morning? WB5DRI. Okay, Rodney, KC2LXG, WB5DRI. Well, you don't have to be in the military or have been in the military or associated with aviation, of course, in order to check in. So good to have you with us this morning, Rodney. Welcome to our net, and thank you very much for your brother's service there, your brothers in the Army and the Air Force. Thank you for their service. And we got your answers down. It's I believe Alpha Delta or Delta Delta. I'm not sure which that you gave there. I believe it was Delta Delta. So we'll go with that. And let's see. Good to hear you there. I'm hearing you mostly on the SDR this morning, but a little bit on the radio, but very, very light. But let's go ahead and keep it moving here. We'll break with you, Rodney, and break with KC2LXG. Let's go to Mike out in Anthem, Arizona. King Queen 6 Echo. Mike, hope you and your wife are doing well. You're up here. WB5DRI. This is really lousy. I noticed we've got a solar storm going, and the KP index is at 5 right now and going up to 6. So it doesn't look like things are going to get much better today or tomorrow. So we'll see. But we'll make it quick. It's 63 degrees right now in Anthem, going up to 80. And we do have a doctor's appointment for the XYL today, so she's got to go. Is he talking? I think I might be hearing something. Hopefully we'll get that out of the way and be back to normal. So anyway, on the answer, I'm going to go with Delta Delta. Interestingly enough, one of my good golf buddies and neighbors flew the original Sky Raider in Vietnam, so that kind of piqued my interest when I first saw that a few weeks ago. I think I saw it, that they were naming this thing the Sky Raider 2. But anyway, we'll see if I'm right or not. Anyway, back to net, and hopefully you're copying. WB5DRI in the group, KQ6E. Well, I'm not sure if Mike is still talking or not. I'm not hearing him at all. Is anybody hearing Mike?
Yeah, he turned it back, Brian, said Delta Delta.
Okay, Dale, thank you for that relay. We got you down for Delta Delta, Mike, and I apologize for the conditions there. And I think Rodney's answers were Alpha Delta, so I think I had his answers down the way he gave them, correct? So let's go ahead and keep it moving here. We'll break with King Queen 6 Echo, and let's go to James, KG5TTV. I was hearing on the SDRs, at least this morning. James, good morning. You're up, sir. KG5PTE, WB5DRI.
Well, Brian, WB5DRI, I may need Mike, KF0OPE, to relay for me because Mike, KF0OPE, you're a solid S9 on my Yaesu. You are the only one. You are the winner. You are the one I'm hearing loudly. Everybody else, I'm not hearing at all except barely through the SDR. So, Mike, if you're relaying for, if you can relay for me, because I'm hearing you perfectly, I'm going to go with the lemmings. I'm going to go Delta Delta. So if Brian's not hearing me, but Mike is, Delta Delta is my answer. And I'm serious, Mike, you are the only one that I'm hearing on the radio. Everybody else is way, way, way out there, including on the SDRs. Horrible conditions. So Mike, KF0OP, you are the winner on my radio today. Good sounding system on that wire antenna. And I've been talking on System Fusion today. I got the Texas Nexus up and working today on my hot open spot. Got it working. And Cliff is listening. I've been talking to Farrell on Texas Nexus. And KB0LTT Larry, if you're listening, I'm on Texas Nexus now. So if anybody does System Fusion with the Yaesu, let's get on Texas Nexus and let's start doing some talking. I'll be there now, so I'll be using it. So, Brian, thanks for running the net with the horrible conditions. We really appreciate it. And I'll be here for the 73 round if you choose to have one. If not, I'll be on Echo Link, which I'm there now. Back to you, KG5PT.
Okay, James, KG5PTE, WB5DRI. Well, I'm hearing you on the SDRs, pretty much only there, James, but hearing you pretty well there. So very good. Got your answers as Delta Delta. And let's go ahead and keep it moving here. Let's try another, looks like we have another visitor here, Bill in Kentucky. Whiskey 4, Bravo, Delta Kilo. W4BDK. Bill, you're up for our net. What do you have for our net this morning? WB5DRI. Is Bill talking? Well, I just do not hear Bill at all in Kentucky. If you're in there, Bill, I apologize. The conditions are just not that great. Try us another day, or you might follow us over on Echo Link. If you have Echo Link, after net, we have a session on our conference node on Echo Link. It's Alpha Foxtrot Starlight, AFSC. You're welcome to support us over there if you have Echo Link. At the conclusion of this net, we have a second 73 round over there. Break with W4BDK. Let's try Mike up in Oklahoma City. Our net controller from there, WW5 Friday net control. WW5ENZ. Mike, good morning. WW5DRI.
All right, WB5DRI, WW5ENZ. Wow, conditions are terrible. I was doing my taxes this morning, so I didn't get out here till very late. So I guess I'll go double D, get that out of the way, Delta, and then I'll figure out the question at the end. Anyway, I'm only hearing a couple people, just like James was saying, and through interesting stuff like Ray. I got Ray in here like he's right sitting next to me, and you know, he's hard to hear most of the time. So New Jersey's coming in good, and I don't know if KFOPE can come in here good or not, because I haven't been out here so long. It sounds like we're in a giant storm. Anyway, I'll back out of here and go with Delta, and we'll see how this thing plays. But I'll be here to the bottom. WW5ENZ, back to you.
Mike? Excuse me. WB5DRI. Well, I'm hearing you well on the FDRs, Mike, but that's about the only place. I usually have you and S9 here on the radio, but conditions are just what they are. But I got you down for Delta Delta. And that is the bottom of the list as I have it. Did I miss any stations, or do we have any additional check-ins to the Air Force's Flyers Club Net? Before I give the answers here, I do want to recognize, of course, we have received only this morning our YouTube live stream guy and alternate net controller, K4YUD, and thanks for all you do there with the live stream on YouTube, Charlie. We also have N9KJN Norm listening up in Illinois. Although we may not be able to hear much with the conditions this morning. It's good to have you out here with us, Norm. And we also have Bob, W7ASH up in Longview, Washington. Good morning to you, Bob, as well. And we got your answer down as Delta Delta. So let me stand by for any additional check-ins. Members and guests to the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. This is WB5DRI. Please call now. WB5DRI. Good morning. I'm hearing you on my radio, actually. Go ahead and make your turn. WB5DRI. Smart light back up again. So, you're operating my deal. Never heard the question, so don't give you an answer. We'll just say 73, so everybody have a good, good to hear you this morning. You're probably one of the strongest stations this morning. You're almost an S8 with me, which is a really good signal this morning. But, good to hear you, Bob, and thanks for getting in there with us. Glad we were able to get you on the payroll here. Break with K2SJ2 and 73 to you, Bob. That is the bottom of the list as I have it. Let me go ahead and give the answers to the questions here, and then we can go back for a quick 73 round, I guess. The question was, what new operational fixed-wing aircraft that was designed for close air support and armed reconnaissance is the Air Force Special Operations Command, AFSOC, scheduled to begin receiving in the next week or two? Was it the Boeing F-47? No, it wasn't the Boeing F-47. Next generation air dominance aircraft. That's the aircraft that Boeing has recently, just as of yesterday, been awarded the contract for development of. And there was some news about that yesterday. But that's not the answer to the question. Bravo, the A-10 Thunderbolt II. That's not the answer to the question. That's an aircraft that's near and dear to a lot of us, and it's a very good aircraft for close air support, certainly, but that's not this morning's answer here. And the U-28A Draco turboprop with Charlie, that's not the answer. That is one of the aircraft that AFSOC already has. And they fly that airplane for observation and for some other purposes as part of special operations. The actual answer was Delta, and most of you got the correct answer this morning to the question. It was Delta Delta. The OA-1K Skyraider 2, which is being built by L3 Harris and Air Tractor, a collaboration between those two. This aircraft was previously called the Sky Warden, but it's a fixed-wing, single-engine aircraft. It's designed for close air support and reconnaissance, armed reconnaissance. It's designed to support special operations in remote locations. It has about a 200 nautical mile range, I believe, but it can carry a lot of ordnance. And Special Operations Command, the Spec Ops folks plan to purchase about 75 of these aircraft by 2029, but they're getting their first one this week or next week. It's set to become the first tail-dragging tactical aircraft anywhere in the U.S. military inventory in decades. The Air Force has named this aircraft Skyraider 2 in deference to the venerable Vietnam-era A-1 Skyraider Sandy, nicknamed Sandy aircraft by the air rescue guys, which was a very good Vietnam-era aircraft. It really supported the rescue operations greatly over there. This aircraft, of course, the O-1K Skyraider 2, was developed from the air tractor AC-802, an American agricultural crop dusting aircraft and firefighting aircraft that Mike KF0OPE flies at some time in his crop dusting business, and he has quite a few hours in this fine aircraft. So anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed the question this morning. I thought it was apropos with the news with the Air Force Special Operations Command. Anyway, let's go ahead and go with a quick 73 round if we can get through it before we send over to Echo. Let's try, it looks like Don's in there. K0ZN2. Can somebody, Dale, can you bring him in? WB5DRI.
Yeah, Brian, WB5DRI, W5OG, I can, unless you want to, I don't know, you might think about just going over to Echo Link for the 73 round. People are having a very difficult time hearing you. But let me see if Don, he is in here on Echo Link. So, Don, if you would like to say something on HF for the net this morning, go ahead and do it, and I'll bring you in. K0ZNC at W5OG.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Sorry I couldn't get in on the regular go-around, but that's the way it goes. Anyway, conditions are terrible, at least on Utah 2. I can just really make out what's being said there. 73, everybody have a good one, and we'll see you on Monday. 73, all have a great day. K0ZNC, back to you, Brian, WB5DRI via W5OG. Thank you.
W5OG, back to net.
Okay, Don. Good to hear you this morning, Don, and we'll talk to you some more on Monday for that. But, the conditions are not very good this morning. Well, this is WB5DRI. Let's switch over to Echo Link at this time, I guess. I think the conditions are just, they don't seem to be improving all that much. I think we could probably do a lot better over on Echo Link. And I hope everybody can has Echo Link and can get over there with us. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. We'll go ahead and shut down the net. It's a pleasure to be in net control this morning. I want to thank all the participants on the net. I want to thank net loggers and classes and our live stream guys. K4YDD for the YouTube live stream. And I want to thank all the relays there this morning. This is WB5DRI, now closing the Air Force's Flyers Club net. God bless our troops and God bless the USA. WB5DRI going over to the conference node AFFC on Echo Link. 73, everybody. Have a good day. WB5DRI clear.
Clear.